What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rob back with a quick video, and I'm here to talk to you about my first, let's say 1 week with the Fold 3. Now, first off, let me just say that I'm really excited about owning this phone, and this is like my first Fold. So I hope a lot of what I'm saying will make a little bit of sense to those. But those who have owned the Fold before, and the Fold 2 and the very first Fold, may, a lot of the problems that I may have had, they probably have had with the first one. And it's, after you become a Fold veteran, a lot of those things don't even bother you no more. But first off, let's start with the screen, the display itself. Now, the display is beautiful, color reproductions, everything is really nice. The wide, viewing screen that you have, you can take in media, Netflix, YouTube, anything that you like to view and stream. Very, you can't beat this. The surface, everything. Again, but it's pretty obvious. It's going to take some getting used to the actual fold that you do see down the middle of this. Also up in the corners, it seems like you can notice the gapping, and it kind of worried me because the screen cuts off right there at these little hinge points, and it's a little worrying that you think that something can get back there and damage the display itself. But overall, like I said, the viewing of it, the angles, typical Samsung, always on point. I do notice that there's a nice little lip, natural, build lip around the display, which gives it like an automatic built-in lay on the face feature. I mean, but that is something I just happen to notice. It doesn't have anything to do with the build or the functionality of the phone. It's just something in general that I noticed. It's gonna take a while to get used to the fingerprint sensor / power button. Finding that, I've been getting used to putting that, making that part of my natural muscle memory thing. You know how some phones you can go in your pocket, automatically know if you're touching the volume rocker or the power button, what have you. I'm still working on that with this phone. I do like the build quality of the phone itself, on point. When I'm at work, I found myself using the smaller display more so than opening it up, because I'm on the move a lot. So for my usage, it's pretty much been in this form factor most of the week. When I'm at home relaxing and what have you, then I'm literally 100% in this mode, in tablet mode, and that's when you can take full advantage of it. So those who are looking to buy this phone, you have to ask yourself, as far as when it comes to work, can you work with a 2-inch wide screen when it comes to texting and having to quickly look at something, respond, and then put it back in your pocket? I find that to be a little difficult, but again, it's not a deal breaker for me. This phone is very easily pocketable. I don't wear skinny jeans, but it's easy to pocket this device. The weight of the phone, there is a little bit of weight to it, but that pretty much comes with the territory of a dual display phone and the materials that is used to make this phone. Camera aspect. The camera needs, again, I'm kind of in the corner of, if you put your camera in the best possible position to take a picture, meaning great lighting, you set up your picture right, you got your subject of your picture spaced far apart, you're not trying to step outside of what the camera can do. You can take a good picture, but at the same time, I do think Samsung kind of left itself room for improvement, knowing what Samsung could do, especially if you own a phone like the Ultra, the 21 Ultra, and last year's Note. You know, Samsung can do way better. I don't know if this was done on purpose. So when the next phone fold comes out and they give you the Samsung S21 Ultra's camera setup in next year's fold, you can have something to talk about. So I think Samsung kind of did this on purpose, just to leave themselves room for future improvement. Battery life on this is pretty good. I can get through a whole day, but the battery has a I don't want to say it has a drain issue. It just seems like the battery drains faster than I'm used to when it comes to with the phone like this, the Note 21. I mean the Note 20 and my S21 Ultra, and it even feels like it drains faster than the iPhone. So I can get through a day. It just seems like it just drains faster. I don't know if that's something the phone hasn't calibrated to my usage yet. It just gives you that feeling that it's draining a little faster than what you're used to. I kind of wish it had expandable storage, but it is what it is. You do have an option of buying a 512 version of the phone, 512 gigabyte internal storage. So out the box, I have used 80 gigabytes of 256. So that should last me. There are some apps I gotta cut down on. 18 gigs of apps, wow. It's a great phone. The price is a little bit on the high end, but if you can trade in enough items that you may have laying around, you can get this down to the same price of, let's say, a S21 Ultra. You can actually get this thing down under $1,000. And if you're one of those guys who have a lot of older phones sitting around, depending on the brand, you can get this phone at a pretty nice price. I don't want to throw out a number because most people don't have old phones sitting around that they may want to trade in. And if you happen to be in that camp, $1,800 is a pretty hard price to swallow. But for the most part, myself, I've been fortunate enough to be able to trade in a couple of devices to get this at a very, very, very reasonable price. So again, that pretty much does it with my 1 week with the Fold 3, the Z Fold 3. If you have any questions, please leave those down below. Other than that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I catch everybody in the next video. I'm out.